One of the things I see in the marketplace all the time that just absolutely makes me cringe is the signs and the ads on people's truck that say, no job too small. That is such the wrong mentality. Like, it's what job's a good fit for me. Like, not all jobs can be a good fit. So today I wanted to dig in and talk about how to identify your niche, your target market, so that you're not the no job too small guy. So why is having a target market and niche so important? I think it comes down to the efficiency and marketing, and there's so many reasons that you really need to dial this in. And what I find is that being the one-stop shop, the no job too small guy, the I'll do anything for anybody, really makes me think you don't know what you're doing. From the consumer standpoint too, like I don't want the guy that's just I'll hire a handyman if I want a guy that can do a lot of everything. And typically if I'm looking for someone to put me in a new kitchen, build me a deck, like I want to hire a deck builder to build a deck. I don't even want my handyman to do my deck. And so when you're unable to communicate in your messaging and your marketing who you are, what you do, what's your ideal project, and you are that one size fits all, you're just not a good fit to really be in a healthy price range for a sustainable business in the marketplace. The no job too small guy is going to have to price everything just cheap as shit, and that's a reality because he's scrambling and grabbing every job that will pay money, and he doesn't really know what he's going after. And I want to encourage you to not be that guy. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to come up with your niche and target market. Let's talk about niche first. Niche is like, what are your service offerings? My company, Exco Custom Homes, has evolved from handyman to remodeling service to today our niche is we build custom homes. That's our niche. We can further make that more granular. So we build custom homes for couples age 40 to 60 who are primarily concerned with quality over quantity in our mountain region. That's our niche. It's a turnkey experience, so that's getting more into like the specific jobs that I'm going after. And once you know this niche, it makes it a lot easier for you to say no to everything outside of that if you build up the pipeline and you're not starting for money. So start with things that you're good at, things that, if you've been the mix-all guy, one way to come up with that is look at all the jobs you did last year and look at the ones that actually made you money, ran well, maybe the ones you enjoy if you're still in the field. Look at the jobs that your crew like doing, and that can become your niche. Maybe you want to pivot from the one-stop shop guy to you do kitchen and baths, or maybe you do basement remodels or interior remodels. Pick something that you can systematize, build a team around, build processes, and really create something that's a lot more scalable, because once you niche down to, let's say decks, maybe you're the deck guy, deck builder, be one of the deck bros. You could take something like that and very easily systematize, build process around that, build a team, build marketing, and it creates something that's more scalable. So once you decide your service offering, what you're actually going to take to the marketplace, then you got to pick out your target market. Let's stick with the deck builder business. Decks come in a lot of finishes, a lot of sizes, infinite possibilities, infinite target market. So let's say maybe you're going after your target market is going to be high middle class neighborhoods in the Charlotte market of North Carolina, and you're going to target homes that are worth more than $600,000. So the average home value in the neighborhood is $600,000 minimum. You're looking for neighborhoods where the homes were built in the 90s, 2000s. Maybe they were built and didn't have good decks, or maybe they're old enough that they're going to have a lot of rotten decks and need repair, but you're looking for that middle high income so that these people are not going to sweat spending. Your average deck that you're shooting for to hit your sales goals this year is $25,000. And when I say that, some of you are probably thinking like, man, that's an expensive deck. And then there's a lot of you probably thinking, man, that's a cheap deck. And so that's why knowing what your target market is and who you are selling your product to, becomes very important on what's your gross margin you're going to be able to make, how many jobs do you need to sell, what's going to be at your average sales price in these different markets. Once you kind of have your location, your psychographics, your demographics of the people, for that deck building company, as our example, you can build marketing around that. And so for my company, our target niche, our target demographic market and all that is, I'm building homes for 40 to 60-year-old married couples that don't have little kids anymore. Their kids are older, their kids are at college, they're upper middle, higher income. They might be approaching retirement. Maybe they have a lot of equity in their current home and are looking to roll that equity into a vacation home, a getaway, a future retirement home. A lot of my clientele are thinking about, building mountain getaway houses that are going to be vacation homes and Airbnbs for now, but are somewhere they're looking to retire into in the next 10 years. And so, a lot of the decisions and the way we design and build houses play to that market. We're looking at age-in-place design, wider doorways, grab bars. So, once I know my clientele, I know how to build messaging to target me. Once I know my clientele and my target market, I can build messaging and marketing that really targets that specific demographic. So you kind of know your target market and some about them, and then you know your niche, your service offering. The next step is to start building that client profile. So I just described to you some of the basis of my client profile right there, and you want to build this kind of target person. A theoretical, you could have a couple different target markets or very select demographics or personas, buyer personas that you're going after. Once you build this, what you're going to do with this buyer's persona is you're going to use that as a tool to create your messaging. Become this person, evolve into what this person would think, or clients who are like this person and the questions they ask. You could generate, step one that I have a lot of clients and exercise to do once you have this buyer's persona, this client profile, is build a list of 100 questions that this ideal client buyer's persona would ask you. And then you can turn all those questions into content, picture content, written content, video content, where you answer those questions for the marketplace. And then these ideal clients that have those questions, when they're searching that, they're going to start finding you more and more and more. So the more tailored your content and marketing becomes around this ideal client profile, the easier it's going to be to attract those clients to you as the expert in that field, the person that's going to create that know, like, trust factor with that specific client profile. This is what we've been able to do over the last couple of years to become new home builder focused here in the mountains of North Carolina. Our clients all pretty much fit that very, very small sliver of the population and profile. And then there are some outliers. We have some homes we're building for, maybe older widows. I've got a couple of those going on, and, different people, but for the most part, it still falls in that 40 to 60-year-old married couple with older kids. Values and the things they're looking for just fit what we want to build and the things we like to do. The turnkey relationship, most of my clients, a demographic is they're remote. They don't live locally. And that's an important market for me that, I serve a different way. Like, I have on job site cameras that they can access. And that's a value add for someone that's going to be part of the remote building process. A lot of contractors are going to want to meet face-to-face and meet in the field and all of that. We're able to handle all that digitally. We're set up to deal with remote clients and be able to take them through the process with very, very little in-person on-site meeting. And that's one of our target markets is, people moving to the mountains of North Carolina from the city, from Raleigh, from Charlotte, from other states. And we're able to accommodate that and make those projects happen and really fulfill the need for that market. Dive into all this. Build out your market niche, your service offering, build out your target demographics, location, what you're going after, and from that, build a client profile so that you can build very targeted messaging and content to start attracting your dream clients. This is going to make it a lot easier for you to scale your business by working on a very focused niche and client, because you're going to do a lot of the same thing. It's going to be the same messaging, the same style of projects, the same overall feel. You're going to get your average project size up into the range that you need to be, and then you can build a team and systems and processes to support this. This is going to be a much more viable business than just grabbing at everything that will give you $1. If you found this video helpful today on identifying your target market niche, be sure to share it with someone else that could benefit from going through these exercises and building this out for their own company so that they can build something that's a lot more scalable. I'll see you next Tuesday with another contractor tip video. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned as we release these every Tuesday at noon.